Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is The Daily Rage. I wanted to do something a little bit different today and just offer you a dose of encouragement and potentially what you could focus on for the new year. For those of you that have recently taken a class with me, or maybe were in the live trading rooms with me, you heard this quite a bit, but that's my concept of PDF. And PDF, the specific thing about the P is it does not stand for profit. All right. That should not be your primary goal. The P in PDF is for patience because that is what is essential in this game. The D is discipline and the F is focus. So if you can, even to a small extent, level up your patience, your discipline, and your focus this year in 2025, you will be so much better off than anything that you were doing previously. It is hard for me to believe now that it was just 4 years ago that I took my very first trade. It was actually January 4th, 2021. I had just taken my first trading class that previous December. And I was like, okay, when the market opens in the new year, I'm in it. Like, we're done with the sim. We are going live and let's see what happens. Now, what happened, as many of you have heard this story, was I had a really nice winning streak right off the bat. And that probably led to some overconfidence and, just doing some things a little more recklessly than I should have. Ended up losing a ton of money that first year. Thankfully, then that second year was when I learned about trader funding. And I was like, wait, hold on. We don't have to risk our own money. This is amazing. So that's when I got started with Apex. And it's really been this amazing adventure ever since. But what I've had to really come to terms with myself is that while I can put up some pretty big numbers, and I've been able to do that over the last few years, my consistency was what was really lacking. So I would like win, 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 win. I'd even have these like really, I don't know, I wouldn't call them long, but a good duration of days in a streak. And I'm like, okay, win, 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 awesome. And then I would blow up the whole thing. Why? Because I didn't have the patience, the discipline, or the focus on the long-term goal. I'll tell you as an example with Apex is that if I look at where I started with Apex early, early, early on, and if I would have just kept my head about me in even those very first few accounts that I had, they would have been funded over and over again, like a long, long, long time ago. But instead, because I wasn't focused on my PDF, my patience, discipline, and focus, I was going for, the quick hits, the short-term gains, all the stuff that you're not supposed to do in trading. So I've had to really like very much shift what I am focused on, shift my level of discipline, shift my level of patience in, I would say, the last number of months, because otherwise I was going to keep getting exactly the same results. And that's really an important thing to recognize in this new year is that if you continue to do what you have been doing, you will likely get very, very similar results. Now, there might be some little differences based on what the market decides to do, but if you don't get a hold of your patience, your discipline, and your focus right here and now, like today, tomorrow, the next day, that is not going to serve you well in the long run. And it's so easy, especially for those of us that are day traders. It's so easy to just think about right here and now, what's happening in this moment. Yes, we do need to know what's going on, but we also need to pay attention to our longer term goals. And like I said, if I had had my focus on that from earlier on, it would have been a very different game. I would be right now in a very different position than I am sitting here talking to you. So, whether or not you do New Year's resolutions, you might want to consider adding in patience, discipline, and focus. As a reminder, the best sale that Apex has ever offered is still going on, but it ends tonight. Now, for some of you who have been around the Apex world for a while, you might be like, well, they might, extend the sale. They might, but they might not. As I've mentioned in recent videos, they are doing way less sales these days than they used to. It used to be like every other day was a new sale. They're not doing that anymore. So my recommendation to you, if you have some goals that include trader funding this year, 2025, get in and lock in those prices because, as I mentioned, those prices are awesome, especially on the bigger accounts. They've never had a sale this big where you can lock in at 80% recurring on those bigger accounts. And those bigger accounts, it's not the price of the bigger account, it's the price of the 50K account. So you're looking at like 16 bucks for the first month and then recurring at whatever that is, 30 something dollars. And that's awesome. That's ongoing. So you can take as much time as you need to get these accounts funded in the right way. I've certainly done it the wrong way many, many, many times. It's like, yeah, I got funded. Woo! And then because I didn't have my PDF in order, those accounts did not last. So that is my recommendation to you. Focus on your patience, your discipline, and your focus going into this brand new year. It is a fresh start. Thank goodness. As always, let me know what questions you all have. I am happy to help in any way that I can. And let me know how you're doing in the comments. Wishing you the very best, a profitable and lucrative 2025. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.